Well, hello guys, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you. I was originally going to quit YouTube entirely. There was a very upsetting video posted by the person who has a habit of posting, upsetting videos on YouTube. And I thought if it's come to the point where even indirect animal abuse is okay, I have to leave. I have to leave. And I was like in such despair. I thought, am I so out of touch that, abuse of animals bothers me? What's wrong with me that this, to me, terrible crime bothered me? And I started praying to Lord Ganesha, and I said, please remove the obstacles to happiness in my heart. And, I said, but I have to quit. I said, this culture, on YouTube has gotten so violent and so insane. I said, I have to leave so that I can remain happy. I can't be there anymore. And as I'm studying about him, and I know him and I know his story, but as I'm studying about him, I saw the story, of his creation. His mother created him alone out of the mud and the clay. She created him. And she looked at her hands and, she was so dirty, and she said, "Oh, I must take a bath, my child, but your father is going to be, so happy to see you. Please go, but please, I have to take a bath. There are bad men in the world. Please go, go guard the door so, And he, of course, says, "Yes, mother." And, because he was created by his mother and she had the holy power to create him. So he goes and he's guarding the door. Now remember, he's just a little baby. So Shiva returns home, and he has no idea who his father is. He just sees this huge blue man come up, and this man says, "Who are you?" And Ganesha says, "Well, who are you?" And he, Shiva yells back because he's got a bad temper, we are told, when you get in his way. And Ganesha says, "Well, I am Ganesha, and I am guarding the house for my mother." And Shiva roars back that I do not have a son. And Ganesha says, I do not care if I am not your son. I am my mother's son. My mother, created me and told me to guard the house and not let anyone in, so I'm not to let you in. And Shiva totally lost his temper and says, "How dare you stop me? I am Lord Shiva." And he beheaded the child. And Ganesha died, and his mother came running out, and she saw the terrible thing that Shiva had done. And she said, how could you kill my son? How could you kill our son? How could you do this terrible crime? And he says, "Well, he would not let me in the house." She said, "I set him out to guard this house, to be my guardian, to protect her." And so, he immediately repented, and he had his people, some people say he went directly himself, go out, and he said, find a head that will fit this body, because, they kept trying to bring him back to life and nothing was working. And finally, a calf's head worked. And he was able to be brought back to life. And because he was so valiant and so brave in defending his mother, Lord Shiva blessed him with intelligence and to be able to remove obstacles. Now that is one story. Another story is that why does Lord Ganesha always ride a mouse or a rat? Often a rat. It's because, what does, an elephant do as he walks through the forest? He opens a way. He destroys a path. He opens a path so that the humans can cross through. And, often we humans are, we're like rats. We're here, there, everywhere. We're bopping all around. And also, the rat is, sacred in some areas and is treated very kindly. So I'm looking at all this and I'm thinking that is very beautiful, but does not make me feel better about what happened. And Loki had tried to help, but really his energy was making things worse. And I heard Lord Ganesh say, well, if someone does not stand at the doorway, if someone does not stand at the doorway and protect, civility and protect kindness and protect humanity and compassion, then who will? the bad people in the world will be able to come in and destroy everything, and people will say, oh, this must be the new norm, like I said, because no one was, taking down this video, no one was saying how horrible this is, no one was reporting this individual. So I will be with you. I don't know how much time I will need off, but I do respect Lord Ganesha enough that, I'm going to have to work to get the happiness back, because that really upset me. YouTube's become a very horrible place, if that's acceptable. And, the only thing that really kind of made me feel like I still have some sense of sanity is there were a lot of other people who were upset as well, because I found articles and people could not believe this, but what frightened me too for the individual is that each thing will have to be increasingly, shocking and terrible. And first it was a body, and now it's, not torturing rats because, they had already passed, but still it's, shocking rats. Then what's next? So I had to, go to Lord Ganesha and say, I need the obstacles to happiness removed, because I'm very sad now, and I'm very upset. And, I know most people will laugh at me, but, I still believe, in, I'm not vegan, but I still believe in sanctity of life, to respect the dead, to respect all animals. There's no reason to be cruel to animals or unkind to animals. So yeah, I'm just really upset right now, guys, but he has come through and he has been very kind. So I will see you when I see you. I don't know how long that will be, but I wanted to let you know that, it really upset me, and I thought, if I stay on YouTube, to me, it felt like silent support, and I don't ever want people to think I would, support something like that. So I will see you when I see you. Bye-bye.